What's going on, everybody?
How you doing?
Doing all right.
Just generally, what are your early impressions of the staff, how OTAs have been going?
It's been smooth. It's a new team, and we're just trying to get the feel of everybody, get to know each other, um, and make this a connection thing. That knowing that this is going to go a long season, so we got to be able to play as a unit and be one.
There was talk. There's been some talk about possibly shifting the offseason schedule, moving to OTAs, essentially to the start of training camp. What do you think about that type of change in the schedule? Kind of like the way it is. What do you kind of think of?
This schedule that we on now,
Yeah, there's been talk about possibly taking OTAs and eliminating it now, moving it to the front of training camp, and giving you guys, I guess, more time off after the season.
mm, I guess it depends on how far you go in the playoffs. Um, that kind of only benefits the teams who go to the Super Bowl, honestly. But I don't care.
Dorance, you had experience obviously playing under Dan and Joe Wood Jr. in Dallas, and now you're here in Washington. What makes them good defensive coaches? What makes them special?
The play style. If you watch film from previous teams that they've been on, it jumps off the tape itself. The players, the way how fast they play, how fast they move, um, simply just the play style. You don't see that across the league everywhere.
Joe used the phrase "feed the studs." From a player's perspective, what does "feed the studs" mean?
You got guys who can literally almost make every play on the field, and so why not have that person in that position? We have a lot of those guys, so it's for everybody.
When you talk about their play style, how did they get it out of you guys? Is that a motivational thing, or is that just scheme and technique in your mind?
It's literally everything. It comes from, I think it started with them pushing us to do that. But we got to go out there and want to do it ourselves too. But as long as we have those guys to make us go out there and push us and motivate us to do that, then it'll be that.
Been through Coach Witt. He used to said some guys need to kind of acclimate to my coaching style. What is this coaching style?
Fast and physical. It's straightforward. It's not difficult, but you got to understand what you're doing in the system. So um, it's all about the little details as well. Everything plays a part in itself.
You don't have to give specifics, but how much different is the defense that they're building here versus the one you were in previously?
I don't think it's different. I just think it's a different type of style that guys here wasn't used to, and so it's a big change for them. But it's happening, and you can see it every day.
Why do you think you said that not everyone's willing to do this style? Why do you think that is? What is different about them that they're willing to play maybe a little bit more this kind of style?
Um, the things that it requires you to do. I mean, it's just football, honestly. I don't know. It's kind of hard to explain. It's a lot of things that you kind of don't want to do, but you got to do it. And if you do it, it'll have better rewards in it.
You know, playing for Dallas and the Cowboys, you obviously understand the rivalry between Dallas and Washington. And Washington's had some down years. You probably realize that being from Dallas, and now you're on this side and being part of the solution. What is that like for you to kind of try to help this franchise back on course?
It's exciting. Trying to turn a program around is it takes a lot. And, you got to be willing to sacrifice a lot of things. Man, that's a good one, but mm, it's a big grind, man. It's not easy. It's gonna take everybody.
Two more.
Um, Obviously, with Dallas, you have Mike Parsons. Looks like Frankie Luvu's going to inherit some of those play opportunities. What have you kind of seen from him on so far, and how do you think you and the defensive tackles, how he's going to kind of fit in?
Frankie is a stud, man. You asked about the studs. That's one of them. I haven't seen too much of him, but from what I have seen, he can move. He's fast. Um, he can play.
And obviously, it's early, but what have been early impressions of Jaden Daniels on the field from what you've seen, and also just a guy in the locker room?
He's a cool guy, young, still finding his way, but overall he's taking the right steps.
All right, thanks,
Thanks,
guys.
Norm.
Yes,
Nice meeting
sir.
you.
Nice to meet you too.